be then? So some of the kind of practical strategies to support the development of stronger workplace relationships. And we're going to start off with some of the kind of, I call them the basics, because these are the things that we need to be doing now and need to be aware of, and they need to be part of embedded into our culture, really. And again, if we do these things, we will be promoting that release of dopamine and oxytocin, just by doing these kind of actions. So the first thing, empathy and perspective taking. By understanding and acknowledging the perspective of others, it helps us to build those strong connections. It helps us to avoid or resolve conflicts much more effectively. Now, perspective taking is very, very important. And it's when we are doing true perspective taking, it's thinking of the other person's thinking. So it's thinking about the other person's thinking rather than their feelings. And that's what separates it actually from traditional empathy. So empathy is understanding their feelings, how they are feeling in the situation. Perspective taking is more about understanding their thinking. Okay. And that's something that we need to be very much kind of starting to embed, and just taking that time, not only to think about their feelings, but also their thinking. Mindful communication. Now, I appreciate not everybody wants to be a mindful practitioner and spend 20 minutes, half an hour plus every day in mindful meditation, but we don't have to. Mindful communication is about just being present in the moment, giving your full attention to the people you are with, the people that you are interacting with. If we give them that full attention, not only will we hear what they're saying, but we can also pick up on their non-verbal communication. And we can actually check that their non-verbal communication, their facial expressions, their body language, their tonality is actually congruent with the verbal message. Because if they're incongruent, then there's something that you need to dig deeper into, something you need to be aware of. Again, with mindful communication, we ask powerful questions and we actively listen. And we allow space for other people. Remember, we're all different. No two brains are the same. We all process things differently at different speeds. And some people need a little bit more space to think, to process the question, to process their own thoughts before they actually speak them. So allowing that space. And yes, silence can be quite uncomfortable for some people. And so some people, what they do is they just jump straight in if the other person doesn't immediately respond. But we need to try and kind of tame that a little bit and just be more comfortable allowing that space, that moment or two of silence. Positive reinforcements. Acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of others. Now, again, we need to think about how people prefer that positive acknowledgement and appreciation. Some people prefer much more public acknowledgement and appreciation. Other people prefer that just that gentle tap on the back, pat on the back kind of thing. Personally, for me, I like just that quiet one-to-one kind of appreciation. I hate big kind of ceremonies and, being called out and singled out in a group of people, etc. For me, it's that low appreciation. And I worked with one particular manager, and he very much We had these kind of conversations. He knew my likes, my preferences. And so for me, he used to, if he particularly wanted to give me a pat on the back, let's say, what he did was on an evening, he used to go into my office, pop a post-it note on my desk and stick it on my desk somewhere that I'm going to see it first thing in the morning. And he'd just leave me a very simple little note. And that to me made all the difference. Now, if he'd have waited until we had our kind of big team meetings and said, called me out there, yes, it would have been nice, but do you know what? I would not really, wouldn't have had the same impact for me as just that single little post-it note had. So it's about making it appropriate, knowing our colleagues. The next one, build trust. So we build trust through consistent behaviour, open communication, having that mutual respect, finding some similarities, some common ground, showing genuine interest, being curious about your colleagues. I'm not saying to there's a difference between being curious and nosy and wanting to know too much information, but be curious about their interests, their kind of lived experience. Celebrate success. Acknowledge and show appreciation for individual and team successes. But do you remember, focus on the small wins, not just the big wins. Constructive feedback, conflict resolution. Are you and your colleagues sufficiently confident? And do you have the skills and the knowledge to give constructive feedback, to address unhealthy conflict or poor conduct in a timely manner? Or is that perhaps an area for further development? Do they need more help, more support in that area? And lastly, build a culture of belonging. Now, we did a whole webinar about this last July, I think it was. It's called Happy Employees, Happy Business. And if you missed that and would like to see it, if you head over to our Jigsaw Discovery Tool YouTube channel, you will find it on there. Happy Employees, Happy Business. And you can watch it there because, as I say, that was a whole kind of webinar that took.